The Porsche Legends DLC pack has finally arrived for Project Cars 2, and today I'm going to be taking a look at all of the awesome new content, including this, the car dubbed the Can-Am Killer. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? My name is Matilio and welcome back to Project Cars 2 and another DLC day, because as we can see on screen, the Porsche Legends DLC pack has been released, and what we're going to be doing in today's videos is we're going to be taking a look at the cars and also the circuit as well. So it's going for £8 in the PlayStation Store, and I'm sure it's the same price on Steam and via the Xbox Store as well. It comes with 9 classic Porsche cars and one brand new circuit, and there's also liveries and community events that will go along with that as well. So let's take a look at the cars and see what we get. So the first car we have here is the Porsche 908/03 Spider. This falls into the Vintage Prototype B category, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm sure I'll have some fun getting on this. It's got a flat 8 engine, which I don't really see many of them, but there could be a lot of them, but I don't really see normally V8s or flat 6s or whatever, but a flat 8, so that's a little bit different. The next one is one of the cars I have really been looking forward to, the Porsche 911 Carrera Rsr 2.8. And apologies for any noise you may hear. My cat's just going absolutely bonkers right now because she's an idiot. But yeah, moving on. This falls into the GTA, the vintage GTA category. And yeah, like I said, this is one of the cars I was really looking forward to getting hold of and having to go with, because I do love the look of these like mid-70s Porsches, Porsche 911s. They do look really good to me. The next one we take a look at is the Porsche 911 RSR from 2017. This falls into the GTE Pro category, and I think a lot of people have been looking forward to this. I think we have something similar in the game already in the GT3 category, but this is obviously the endurance model, I suppose. But I could be wrong on that, because like I said, I don't really race GTE, so I can't remember off the top of my head. The next one we've got here is one of the big ones, the ones that was mentioned in the whole bump when it was announced a little while ago. The Porsche 917/10, the car dubbed the Can-Am Killer. The stats look absolutely insane for this. 220 miles an hour, 2.9 seconds to 60, 1,000 brake horsepower. The weight's fantastic as well. Control difficulty looks fun. A flat 12 engine, 4-speed H-pattern shifter. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this and having to go with it. The next one is the Porsche 917K. Again, stats are pretty impressive, and I think this is the car that was featured in the Steve McQueen film Le Mans. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong though. If I am, I apologise, but I believe this was the car that was featured in that. The next car we have is the Porsche 935/78, and then there's also the Porsche 935/78-81. I question the logic of having these two in there. I think they probably could have put something else in there, because stats wise they are basically both absolutely identical, down to weight and everything. So yeah, this one I believe was the car that was dubbed Moby Dick. So they both fall into the Group 5 category. So if you wanted to have a go with them, you can do. But again, I question the logic of having both of those in there. The next one is the Porsche 959S. This falls into the Road E category, and yeah, this is a road car. I'm not really into the road cars. In a game like this, I think it should just all be about racing cars, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I think there's a story about Boris Becker just absolutely thrapsing the hell out of one of these things down the Autobahn back when he was back in the late 80s, early 90s, when he was coming through in tennis. But yeah. Moving on, the next one is the Porsche Carrera Gt. Again, this is another road car. This is the Road C category. So again, I'm not really into this, but I will be taking a look at it. And yeah, that is the entirety of the cars. So what we're going to do is, it's a toss-up, but I think what we're going to do first of all is take a look at the Can-Am Killer, because this car looks absolutely nuts. So this is, like I said, the first of 3 videos today. So this first video will be having 3 cars. I'm not sure which 3 yet, but we're going to start off with the Porsche 917/10. and we're obviously going to be taking it for a run around the Porsche Leipzig on-road circuit. So, I'm going to jump across there now, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay then guys, here we go. We're going to be taking this for a couple of laps around this circuit. So, yeah, the Porsche 917/10. Look at it go. My God. So, yeah, this is my first time on this track, and it popped up because people do have a knack of somehow getting hold of this DLC about a month before anybody else for some reason. But yeah, I was initially a little bit disappointed with the circuit selection, but I don't know, it looks pretty good at the moment. You know, I kind of like the look of it now. It's you know, sort of growing on me, even though I've done like 3 or 4 corners. But yeah, this is it's a nice track, I think, and it should be fun to drive multiple different categories on here. And the car as well isn't bad either. It's obviously quite brutish, given that it's got 1,000 brake horsepower, and it'll snap on you the first chance it gets. So we're going to go for a couple of laps with this thing, and then we're going to switch to something else. But at the moment, I like the look of this. I probably will be doing this, or at least one of the other Porsche cars in the next episode of Hill Climb Monsters. Wouldn't be the first Porsche we've had, of course, but yeah, I quite like this actually. You know, you've got to be careful through the lower gears, of course, which is why I'm doing most of it in third to kind of alleviate that. But yeah, this will be our next lap. Okay, yeah, okay, that's that done. See what I mean? This thing will snap on you at a moment's notice, and it's so hard to get back once it does that. It's just got so much power. Whoa, even there it wants to go. Just even through, you know, second. You kind of have to short shift through first and second just to get it to settle down on the rear. Okay, so we're quite a bit down on our first lap because we binned it, of course. Whoa, okay, calm down. Right then, oh, go on. Oh. Yeah, this definitely does need some setup work. I mean, I'm driving this and it's whoa, come back. I'm driving this and it's what would be, you know, bog standard setup. I've not done any setup work to this thing. So things you want to have to do, I don't know, maybe turn the boost down. I'm assuming this thing does have 2 massive turbochargers, I believe. Oh, this is a very like short little section there, which kind of catches you out. But yeah, I think maybe turning the boost down a little bit. Definitely want to get a bit more feeling in the steering as well. But overall, this is a very enjoyable car to drive when it's not trying to kill you. Okay then, so we've had a couple of laps. Because I've got 3 videos to get through today and 9 cars, I'm going to restrict myself to 2 laps on each of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to something else now and see what that's like. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay then guys, we're back, and as you can see, I've decided to go for one of the cars, probably the car I was most looking forward to with this DLC pack. It is the 1970 Carrera Rsr 2.8. So we're going to take this for a couple of laps around this circuit, and we're going to see what it can do. So let me just get back to my my good view. Right then, let's go. Second gear pull away. Right, now this is a bit more civilized than the last one we were driving. And yeah, I've been looking forward to this, not just because I'm doing something in the VGTA class, and I wanted to see how this thing would get on. But also, like I said, I love the look of these, you know, mid to the early to mid 70s Porsche 911s, and I would love to have one. This was probably the one to have in the 70s, I think. And it's got a nice noise, but I don't know. The noise itself seems nice. It just seems a little bit muffled. I don't know whether it's just become because I've just come from an open top 1,000 brake horsepower monster, but I don't know. It seems kind of muffled. It seems like I'm listening to it through really wonky speakers, but. But it is nice. It's a hell of a lot more civilised than the last car we were driving, of course. But yeah, I like this car. The circuit, of course, does take a little bit getting used to because it's very, very new, of course. What I didn't check was if this circuit has any different layouts, because I know that it has multiple different layouts because Porsche uses it obviously as a test track for their road cars and so on. And probably for some of their other ones as well, maybe for part of their motorsport division. Woo! Still getting used to how to take that. I'm not quite sure how to do it yet. I think I mean you just stay on the brakes throughout the entire, well, through to the midpoint, and then get on the beans once I've got it all lined up. But yeah, so we're gonna have one more lap with this thing. In terms of lap time, let's see if we can get a 54. Well, okay, or not, because it just span out. I got on the brakes and the back end just went, so yeah. Probably the first thing you're going to want to look at is the brake balance and the bias and so on. And pressure probably as well. But yeah, I do like this circuit. I do. Like I said when I was driving the last car, the Can-Am Killer. I wasn't really that hot about it. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought they could have put something like Sebring in there because obviously Porsche do have a very good history with Sebring. But it's growing on me. I do quite like it. Just not sure if it does have any other layouts that we're able to use. Because when I found out that this was the actual circuit, while there were videos out about the actual track in game, I know you can use that the little road that we just looked at to the right hand side. That's an additional layout that they have. Taking the line all wrong through it, but yeah. I don't know. I'm quite liking the track and the cars, even though both of them have attempted unsuccessfully at this point to kill me. I'm liking it. I am. Right, let's see if we can't nail this little bus stop chicane sort of thing. It kind of reminds me of a real short version of the old bus stop chicane at Spa before they've ruined it. Yeah, and the steering ratio is probably going to want to be turned down a bit because the steering's awfully squidgy on both of them. But yeah, Porsche 911 RSR Carrera, or Carrera Rsr 2.8. Enjoyable car to drive, needs a bit of setup work, of course. I think this one probably needs more setup work than the Can-Am Killer. Because it is a bit squidgy and needs to be stiffened up a little bit. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to another car for another couple of laps, and that'll round out this first video. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay then guys, so here we go, and it's the Porsche 911 RSR. So this is the GTE Pro version, the newest version, probably the newest car in the DLC pack. And again, we're going to take it for another couple of laps around here. The world record is at 127.9. I don't think I'm getting close to that at the moment because I have no idea where I'm going with this track half the time and what line to take through the corner. And also, I've just got bog standard setups on these cars, but we're going to give it a go and see what we can do. So, let's go. No second gear pull away this time. Ooh, it is awfully quick. I do like it. Again, the sound seems a bit subdued, in my opinion, but that's maybe just me. The front end is very pointer. Ooh, the brakes are a little bit too, well, a little bit too tight. I think you may have to take the bias down and shift it back a little bit, maybe, because I can feel a lot of front rocking. But yeah, this thing is, I like it. Even in its just bog standard setup, it feels very nice and just so pointy as well. That's sort of a rarity. Most of the time you get into cars without setup, myself at the very least, they feel very, very numb at the front end, and it feels like it's just going to be a real challenge, especially through some of these long, not longish but sharpish hairpin corners. It just feels like, you know, you go into them with dread more than anything else, because you think, oh, it's going to be a right pain in the backside to get this thing through there. Right, so it's very weird chicane with a very weird entry. And down toward this corner. I think most of these corners were designed, and I remember they were designed and sort of emulates other famous corners from other racetracks around the world. I think that long right-hander coming into that like bus stop chicane thing was sort of trying to resemble Parabolica, I think it was. I know they mentioned Parabolica in the bump for this circuit. But yeah, I'm liking the car, I really am. Normally when it comes to the GTE Pro category, I go with the Ford, but I do like this car. Let's try and get it through here. What is it with that? Every time, second lap through that corner. I don't know whether it maybe I'm taking it, you know, quicker the next time out, and I'm still trying to figure the course out, but the car tries to really kill me. So as you can see, we're a long way off the world record. I don't know whether that's just because it was set in a different car, but I'm not sure. Yep, the brake bias definitely needs to be wound down just a tad. But yeah, I like this. Considering it is obviously a very powerful car, it feels so civilized. It does. It feels very, very civilized. And I think if the brake bias from the start was wound down a little bit as we invalidate the lap, I think if the brake bias was the brake pressure maybe and the bias was switched around, I think there's not much else you'd have to do, apart from maybe just adjust the gearing just a little bit. So I think it may just be a little bit long for this circuit. But as we come through to the final corner, I'm just going to ignore the fact that we invalidated the lap. Can we get a 38? Oh no, we got a 39.6. Well, not brilliant times, of course. I don't know. I've got no basis for comparison. But yeah, that's the end of this first video. So next time out, we're going to be driving another 3 cars again around this Leipzig circuit. And yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, if you'd like to see more Project Cars 2 content from myself, or just racing content in general, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments, guys, have you bought the Porsche DLC pack? And if you have, what's your favourite car so far? What are you enjoying? Is it this? Is it the 911 RSR, Carrera Rsr, or is it something we haven't driven yet? Let me know, guys. Always happy to hear from you. But again, guys, thank you everybody so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video, which will be appearing shortly. Peace!